Once it's fully grown, it detaches, and basically these things... Hello, everybody, and welcome to Common Crisis Podcast. I'm here with co-host Diego, and today we've got a pretty good topic. I don't know if Diego, did you hear about this? Yesterday, former president Donald Trump's home, the Mar Lago Resort in Palm Beach, Florida, was raided by the FBI.
Why? What? Actually, no, I gotta call my attention. I didn't know about that.
Exactly, I knew. That's why I asked you earlier if you knew anything about like the January 6th hearing or anything like
that.
So
they did it because of the hearing?
It's part of the investigation for his participation in the raid on January 6th, 2020, and handling of classified documents, mishandling of classified documents. They took over 15 boxes of records, of White House records from the resort. So,
was he not supposed to have them, or did they just take them just for, question?
They're going to review them, I guess, or something like. I don't know. Maybe that's what they were looking for. Like maybe that's something they can prosecute him with. I don't know.
So do you think
this just happened yesterday? They didn't. I didn't see anything with like major details.
Okay, so this probably won't relate to anything. I mean,
oh well, like Trump could be charged. If he's charged, then he won't be able to run in 2024, which he is expected to run. Like people think he's going to announce that he's going to run, and I'm pretty sure he said that he's going to run.
Who's running the investigation right now? Who's the head? If you know?
I don't know.
I know about it. Like I knew the investigation existed, but I didn't know who runs it. Because obviously, whoever runs it is going to be a bias towards Trump.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just wondering. But now I know about that. It's actually kind of interesting. And I thought,
yeah.
Like yesterday I saw a TikTok about this guy who was like criticizing him golfing, and he Trump was golfing, right? And
yeah, I saw that TikTok too. Actually,
he was like, "Oh, you won't make it, you won't make it," and then like he makes it into like the little hole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and something about that golf course. He buried his ex-wife there.
Oh, Ivanka?
Yeah.
What?
He buried his ex-wife at his golf course.
Damn, I guess he really loves golf then.
Some people think that it's so he can register as a cemetery and get tax cuts.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Man, he's funny everywhere.
That's fraudulent shit.
Hey, look, it's funny. No, he's beating the system. Plainly.
He is. He's beating it, but that's like at the expense of his children's dead mother and his dead ex-wife. Like that's.
I mean, they're fine.
I don't know. My mom said she read somewhere, which I never believe anything my mom says. She said she read somewhere that it was in her will that she wanted to be buried at that golf course. Which
what?
I don't know who would want to be buried at a golf course.
Your mom?
My mom said that it was in Ivanka Trump's will.
Oh.
She said she read that somewhere that it was in her will to be buried at the golf course.
I mean, she's dedicated to Trump. So hold on, let's see, just to move a little bit past the golf thing. Trump advisors said that he was not there on Monday when a search involving more than 1,000 FBI agents was conducted. He was at Trump Tower in New York, they said. Trump briefly addressed the FBI activity during a Taylor rally.
I have a quote from him.
Oh, you do? What do you say?
He said, my beautiful home, Mar Lago in Palm Beach, Florida, is currently under siege, raided, and occupied by a large group of FBI agents.
It was not occupied on January 6th. His home. Not his home, but the Capitol. Anyways.
Capitol building.
So, 15 boxes, documents, clearly marked as classified.
Over 15 documents. Over 15
it took at least 15. That's it here, which is the same thing. What do you think? Do you think he's gonna get caught?
I have no idea. I really don't know. I wasn't really keeping up that much with the January 6th hearing. I think if I would have been keeping up with that, I'd be able to give an answer, but I don't know.
Well, let's see. I mean, I don't think so. I don't think anything. He's not that stupid. I mean, he's pretty
One
extreme.
thing though, one thing I did see from the hearing. Apparently on January 6th, he like choked a Secret Service agent. I don't know if that's true. I saw something about it like a couple weeks ago.
What? Hold on,
Yeah, in like a car. He was in a car with a Secret Service agent. He started choking him apparently. Over because the Secret Service agent wasn't going to drive him to the Capitol building, and he wanted to go to the Capitol building.
Let's see. Trump says it would be very difficult to put hands on a Secret Service agent because these guys lift 350 pounds. I don't. Trump continues to
Yeah, I don't
dispute
know
the
if it's true.
testimony.
I honestly, I don't really, I don't know. Doesn't sound like he'd be able to.
Let's see, because the agents are showing up. Who would do that? I would grab a Secret Service person by that throat. Why? Why would I? No, sorry. Who would do that? I would grab a Secret Service agent by that throat. Like a question. Trump
I want to
told.
know who accused him, and like any proof.
I don't. That's not true. Even no. It's just Secret Service, man. Those guys are.
This is what the person said. The president had a very strong, very angry response to being told the Secret Service agent couldn't take him to the Capitol after his speech on the ellipse that day. Hutchinson testified during Tuesday's hearing, this was a while ago, before the January 6th committee. "I'm the fucking president, take me to the Capitol now," Trump said, according to Hutchinson's testimony. Cassidy Hutchinson. She was a White House aide.
Are we both on the Seattle Times website?
I'm on Los Angeles Times.
Oh, okay. Well, the Seattle Times says Trump lunged at an agent, putting his hand on the man's throat after he was told he would not be taken. The president had a very, very strong and angry response to being told the Secret Service can take him to the Capitol. Trump moved to the front of the presidential limo and reached toward the steering wheel. Hutchinson said the head of Trump's Secret Service detail, Bobby Engel, grabbed Trump's hand off the steering wheel. Hutchinson said that she was told by Anthony Ornato, Trump's chief of operations, "Sir, you need to take your hand off the steering wheel. We're going back to West Wing. We're not going to the Capitol." Hutchinson recounted being told by Ornato. Mr. Trump then used his free hand to lunge towards Engel. When Mr. Ornato recounted the story to me, he mentioned to his clavicles. Angel was in the room when Ornato told the story.
We are reading the exact same thing, even though we're on on different articles. Yeah.
Engel
Anyway, continue.
was in the room when I told the story. Not correct, disagree. I don't know.
The Secret Service agent that they are saying got choked was in the room when Hutchinson testified and didn't say anything at all. Didn't confirm or deny it.
I don't think it's true. Because there's a lot of different things. There's a Secret Service agent. No, never mind. That's a different day. That's 2020.
I think that he would have said that never happened if it didn't happen, because that's a pretty wild accusation.
Well, I pretty much what he said. He just said that never happened.
No,
it doesn't make sense.
The Secret Service agent that was there, they're saying that he choked, like the Secret Service agent that got choked, allegedly, was there, and he did not confirm or deny that it happened. I'm not talking about Trump. I'm talking about the Secret Service agent.
I don't know.
And I'm thinking, like, if that didn't happen, why would he not say anything?
But then at the same time, these guys weigh, like he said, 300, they lift so much. I don't know.
Yeah, but if they're caught off guard, it's a president. Nobody expects to be choked by the fucking president. You know, even if he just lunged at him and got him for a second, that's still lunging and attempting to choke.
Even
Secret
then,
Service agent.
Even then, I feel like there's some type of not like a rule. I don't know anything about like the agents, but I'm pretty sure there's this rule where they, by any means, they can protect themselves too.
Yeah,
But
even if Trump wouldn't have caused any harm, even if he did.
Trump's not. He's 70 years old, man. He's weak. He's not.
Yeah.
He isn't his young tiger anymore. But, no one's really a young tiger anymore. Everyone's kind of grown out of their prime, unless you're like in your 20s. But most people who are in politics are pretty much pretty old.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's pretty sad.
Like 90% of the people in politics are over the age of 65, like over retirement age.
It's depressing
70.
in a way. Because they're making all these decisions, but it's fine. We won't even get into that. It's not our thing.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I want to tell a story about what happened to me at Costco.
Yeah, you've been talking about this for the last couple of days now. I really want to hear it now.
So what happened, right? Have you been to a Costco before?
I've never been to Costco.
Okay. So how Costco works, it's
I know what it is. It's like a bit like a warehouse store. Like, you know how they have like all
like,
the stuff, all the like big quantities of stuff, I'm pretty sure. Isn't that what it is? Kind of like Sam's Club.
It's pretty, yeah, it's exactly like Sam's Club.
Yeah,
like
I've been to Sam's Club, and then, like, that's what I imagine when I think of Costco.
It's Sam's Club but red instead of blue and green.
Yeah. Okay.
It's red and white. But anyway, so what happened was that I went to the bathroom and I was walking down towards, well, when people who go to Costco, you know how the bathroom's in the corner, and then you go out of the corner and you take a left past all the registers, and you can go all the way down to the dairy, or you can go take a right towards the electronics, or you can go to the pharmacy.
I don't know how your exact Costco is set up, but I'm
every
imagining
Costco is pretty much like this. I don't know. I've never been to a Costco that hasn't been this type of format. So, anyways, I was walking down the big open hallway towards the dairy, and it was a really weird moment. I was walking and like my brain floated away. Like I was just mindlessly walking.
You were just drifting.
I was drifting, but then I saw these two people in front of me. Like I was walking by them, and they were like, "Hey man, what's up?" And that's it. And I walked by them, and I can hear them in the back of my head. And I kept walking, and there's people in the little aisles, like the little food aisles on my left, and they're talking and they're having fun, and this random people are just talking to everybody. Like it was really surreal. Like in my head, I was like, "What's going on?" And
they just wanted friends, Doug.
No, hold on.
No, what? Keep going.
And people were interacting, and then I'm tall, so I can see like the crowd of people, and I was thinking about humans and how we interact, social interactions, and I was hearing like the usual slang that you
thought in Costco, like
it was a really deep thought. I was just walking.
Really never mind.
And
philosophical. That's what I was looking for. Sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Bimbo. Anyways, so we were going down. I was like going down it, and it was a long way to where I wanted to go. So I was walking past, and I was thinking about how over time like if you go back 10 years, let's say we go back 10 years, 2010, 2012, you go to a Costco in 2012, and it's completely different. Not like the Costco itself, but the humans in the Costco. And just in the
humans in the Costco.
Well, yeah.
I'm sorry, but just the way you said that, I don't know.
In 10 years, human interaction has changed so much. And I was hearing these conversations, like not even just like being like weird, but I was just literally just walking by and listening to these people talk and saying like, "Oh hey, how's it going?" or "Hey, how's work?" or whatever, and then using like I'm not gonna like be all weird, but they're using like new slang and new whatever and talking. And I just was thinking about 10 years ago, people were more formal. You know what I mean? People were more.
I don't know.
I feel like the more time progresses, the less formal society gets. Like in the 90s, you would see.
I can honestly say I don't recall too much from when I was 8 years old.
I actually remember a lot, like when I was a kid. I don't remember anything before like I was 5, but everything past I was 5, I can remember very clearly like how society worked and how people were talking, because I was a very observant person. And I know it kind of hit me. It was a little crisis. It was a pretty common crisis, you know. I got within my head,
Yeah.
and I was walking past the dairy section, and then I was seeing people like laugh and whatever, and then I was kind of thinking, wow, there's a lot of people in this Costco, and maybe about 200 people in this Costco, right? And it's a lot.
Yeah.
I'm going past a packed, like I'm like trying to barely like going past people, you know. I'm like squishing past people. It's tight.
Yeah.
And I was looking around, like I'm tall, so I can kind of see a lot. And that's just 200 people. And it just kind of hit me how many people are on this earth. Because there's just 400
Oh my gosh.
in that Costco. That would be a lot of people. Like it was genuinely there's so many people. That was maybe 200 people in that Costco. And I imagine a
I actually
thousand
have
people.
something super interesting about that. I saw something a while ago, it's like a long time ago, that if you took every human being on Earth and packed them into a little ball of meat, and it would only be the size of like Manhattan.
Like a ball, like it
Like if
completely.
you packed every single person into a little ball of meat, it would only be the area of Manhattan. I don't know if
Really?
that's I really don't believe that, but I saw TikTok a while
What
ago, and it was
7
Hank Green. So I don't know. He's pretty trustworthy source, pretty reliable source.
7 billion people on a ball? Mm,
I feel like this got to be packed pretty tight.
yeah, I know what you mean, like airtight, but it's like I don't know. I feel like it'd be bigger. Honestly, part
Yeah.
of me feels like it'd be a little bigger, but no, really. I was going through a little crisis in my head. I was like, wow, there is so many people in this. I was mainly the whole crisis of how many people are in this world and how humans are, how interesting we are as humans, because you don't see like obviously we're the most intelligent life on this, well, debatably most intelligent life on this earth, right? We can
Well,
talk,
we are on this planet.
yeah, on this planet. Now, maybe not the solar system, but even people will argue that other animals are more intelligent than us. That's fine. I'm talking about people like humans, how weird we are. Because we're just
Right.
another animal, obviously, and our brains are amazing. And how we obviously we conquered Earth. No other animal in the animal kingdom has conquered Earth like this.
Yeah, I was thinking about that yesterday. Like our ancestors that lived thousands of years ago, they went thousands of years without progressing, and then all of a sudden, like everything sped up. But at the same time, you saw the extinction of so many animals. Was it that like we killed off everything that was hunting us, so we were just able to like do whatever we wanted? Like I was thinking, like, is that what happened?
That would actually be a really nice theory.
Because they killed off like several different species, like hundreds of different species all across the world before we started to settle, before we started agriculture or anything like that.
Well, we also, well, not like we meant, not like we knew that they were threat. Okay, if we talk about like
No,
people,
humans have intentionally hunted down entire species. The saber-toothed tiger was intentionally hunted down. The dodo was intentionally hunted down. The dodo was unintentionally caused extinction, but the saber-toothed tigers, they were intentional. People wanted them to be extinct because they hunted people a lot.
and that's a pretty interesting fact because people back in the day, not even back in the day, millennia ago. Um, what was the scientific name for our species?
Homo sapiens.
Yeah. Obviously, they aren't as smart as us now, but it's just crazy how developed we are. Obviously, we're the most lucky species on Earth because
Yeah.
we have control over any other species. Even though there might
No,
be
we also
what
continue. Sorry.
there might be a species who is maybe intelligently smarter than us, but we still conquer them because of how we are, our bodies are. How if you really think about it, our bodies are really weird. We have what? We have 2 legs, right? Obviously, we're two like mammal.
We're bipedal.
Yeah, bipedal. We have really weird feet. These
Not
arm
really
removal
weird. We look a lot like monkeys.
they look a lot like monkeys, but our feet are really weird.
Chimps.
They don't look like monkey feet. Monkey feet is really crunched up.
Because we don't climb
We don't
like
climb,
them.
but just think outside the box. Think outside your brain right now and just think about.
Our feet are built for long distance running. That's what humans are built for.
Okay, but
Because our ancestors used persistence hunting to
develop us.
kill things,
Oh, okay. So
to
over the
hunt
years,
things.
we naturally developed from those hunters to
Yeah,
become
we
the
developed from like a more ape-like species. We went into like places where it was more open, I guess, and less trees. I don't know, or maybe we just stopped climbing trees. There's a lot of different theories to that, but either way, we evolved from a monkey-like species. Um, we lost body hair. Our feet changed to we basically run better. Like if we were to run versus a chimp, unless they used all fours, like if they tried to run on just 2 feet, we would be 100 times faster than them.
So
And we can run way longer than any other species because we're bipedal. We don't have to like rest to we don't
rest
have
all
to
of our
like
arms.
lay down to rest and breathe. We can continue breathing without having to like stop because things that have 4 legs, when they run, their legs constantly push on their lungs and they're not able to breathe, so they have to lay down. Humans don't. Speaking of some animals, there was this really cool animal I saw on TikTok, and I decided to look it up a little bit. It's called a Hydra, and it's
A Hydra.
biologically immortal, never dies.
Hold
It
on
can only
here.
be eaten by something, and that's it. You can. It's crazy. Hold on. I'm gonna show you this. Look.
Wait. Let me screen share really quickly. What's it called?
Okay. It's called a Hydra.
Hydra what? Zebra?
No, Hydra animal. Just look up
Oh.
Hydra animal. That's it.
Oh, like the three-headed thing? Oh,
No,
this?
no. That's not a. That's a not the mythological thing. It was named after that,
Oh.
but
Is this what you're
because
talking
it
about?
can grow back. Like if you cut it in half, you can cut it into a million pieces, and it will still grow back into a Hydra. Kind of like in the lore, if you cut off a Hydra's head, it'll grow 2 more. In
So
the
let's see
mythology.
on your part.
So do you see how it has like it just looks like a noodle,
Yeah, with like little things on the end
okay,
of it, like little lines.
like little antennas?
Yeah.
Um, do you see like a picture of one where it has like tiny ones growing out the side of it?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, that's it growing new hydras.
So
Like
does
it.
it?
Okay,
So once
the
it's
way the
fully
what?
developed, it detaches.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Once it's fully grown, it detaches, and basically these things are made out of stem cells or have a lot of stem cells all throughout their body, and that's what makes them invincible, because stem cells can repair and replace any type of cell.
Oh, okay. Uh,
So
wanna
like if
go?
you if they need a certain type of cell, the stem cell will make it, and they replenish every single cell in their entire body every 20 days. And in that 20-day process, they also grow new hydras.
Hmm. I have this picture pulled up. It's an infrared picture, kind of like an X-ray type of thing, where it can show the inside branches of the Hydra.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the podcast, you guys can see it here. It seems like I'm gonna guess these are the stem cells. Yeah,
That's
so
like its
nervous
nervous
system.
system, yeah. I'm thinking like
I'm gonna
how,
assume this is its core
yeah.
brain and all these little blue things.
I don't think it has a brain. I don't think it has a brain. I
Well,
don't know.
it looks really cool.
It might, because it does. It looks like it
It
has
has
a
a
head,
head.
so it could have a brain in there.
It's on the. But we can't. Oh, here, hold on. I have
Something
the.
really.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. So they're
No,
called
it's good.
tentacles. These are the little tentacles. There is a mouth. They have a mouth. This little thing right here is a mouth. It's at the very end of the ball, in the middle. It's this little open gap you can probably see right here. This is a mouth. The tentacle on the inside are made out of cells. Obviously, it's an epidermis, same as skin in a way. Um, they have an ovary. The ovary is where they grow out on their other end, kind of on the right bottom right. They have a bud. A bud is, I don't think there's one in this one, but there's some. There you go. So yeah, you can see that. It's really interesting actually, and oh, so that, oh, that's kind of cool actually. And it's based off the mythos, obviously, of the Hydra mythology. Yeah, Greek
The Hydra
mythology.
from Greek mythology, I
I
think.
people should know what this is. It's a big dragon with a bunch of heads.
There's some people that
I
don't
have
know.
one.
It's like, yeah, it's a three-headed thing, and if you cut off
Yeah,
one head, it
I have
grows
it
two
pulled up
more.
here. It's really cool. I actually really like the
Yeah.
Hydra mythology. Talking about mythology, um, there's this thing, right, that I was looking at. I don't have a video. I wish I can show you a video, but I don't have it anymore. But basically, this video that I saw, it was kind of comparing all the like the gods, like Zeus. Let me see. I don't know the gods by names. Greek gods. Let's see.
Yeah.
Zeus, Hera, Ares, Aphrodite, Poseidon, Athena, Artemis.
Aphrodite, Artemis. There's a lot.
Yeah.
You'd be naming a lot. There's like
So
more than
this
20
video was showing
or something
Poseidon
like
and
that.
Zeus, right? Okay, so if you combine lightning
Mhm.
and water, obviously it goes wrong. Lightning and water don't correlate. Zeus is obviously the god of lightning, and Poseidon is the god of water, if I'm not wrong. And there are certain similarities. Now, I don't know that much about Greek mythology. I'm not some history mythology guy, but example, Athena, right? Athena I think she's a pacifist. I might be wrong on that. I am not 100% sure.
Athena.
But Ares is obviously the god of war.
I did take a mythology class. It got cut short because of COVID, but I had it for like a month.
Athena became the goddess of crafts and skilled peacetime pursuits in general. So she was.
Well, she's a goddess of
Okay, yeah,
peacetime.
okay,
and
so
she would be,
and you see Ares, right? Ares is the god of war, if I'm not
peaceful.
wrong. Yeah, Ares is the god of war.
Yeah, he's the god of war.
And then you have see all these correlations. They see how they balance each other. Just a weird thing. See how Ares and Poseidon, they balance each other out because lightning and water don't mix. And then you have Athena and Ares, the two that don't mix either because it's a pacifist and a non-pacifist. And then you have.
There's basically a god for every type of person that you could be.
So what the Greeks did is that they balanced out everything. They never wanted an unbalanced life. So for every god, there was an opposite god that would balance it out, so nothing's too powerful. And you can use that analogy in life too. If you want to have a pretty balanced life, you have to have a positive and a negative that balances out. Too much positive is too bad for you. Too much negative is horrible for you.
Yeah, but you have to balance it out, and you have to accept the negative,
Exactly.
and also
That's
accept
exactly
the
what I want
positive.
to talk about here. And people who have too much positive, they end up. Well, it can happen. It could be like an ego, or it could be what's the word for it? Not an ego, but I can't think of the word. But there's too much. They're too comfortable. That's the word for it. They're too comfortable. When you get too much positive, you get too comfortable, and the negative will balance out the comforty. I can't think of the word. But when you're comfortable, do you know what I'm talking about?
What?
Like, okay, let me explain this again. Too much positive.
I mean, I kind of understand. I don't know what kind of word. I don't know what word you're trying to go for, but I understand what you're trying to say. I guess.
Yeah, that's not the word. I can't think of the word, but I know there's a word about it. I just can't think of it. Positive makes you too comfortable. Too much negative obviously puts you into a negative place. And then if you balance it out, you have a pretty balanced life, which is why people always need to have a balanced life. If the Greeks didn't do that, if the Greeks had, obviously there's debates on if the gods were even real, and it's all in mythology, but let's just say they were real. If you had the god of lightning and the god of water. If there's too much water, then it will flood. I'm just saying an example, right? Not that that's actually happened, but too much water, it'd flood. The lightning would keep the water at bay, if that makes sense. And if there's too much war, and there's too much anarchy, if there isn't enough peace to balance it out, there's too much anarchy. So, but
Personally, I think that the Greek mythology, they were just some people. They saw some really weird looking plants. They probably ate them or smoked them. They started seeing colors. Smelling colors and seeing tastes. And they wrote about it because
it's pretty whack.
It's pretty
just
whack.
a great analogy for life. Just keep yourself balanced always. Don't try to go too much positive. Don't go too much negative. Kind of like your thing with the whole.
Don't overwhelm yourself with too much of one thing at all.
Too much of one thing's bad.
Or don't overindulge in anything.
People always get comfortable where you are and live a happy. Don't get comfortable where you are. Sometimes you get too comfortable and then you want to be comfortable, but not too comfortable. Because being too comfortable means that it means two things. It means that one is that you're fine. Unless you really accept where you are in life, that's fine for this room. But if it means that you accept where you are. So if you're comfortable in a bad situation, you're just the type of person who doesn't want to leave that situation, it shows who you really are.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I understand, you don't want to deal with the negative situations and you just push them all aside and you only focus on the positive and you never resolve any of the negative.
And the second thing it shows being too comfortable is that you have no motivation for life. Even if you have no motivation for life, it's fine, right? It's okay, but you need to always...
that might not be okay. You might want to see someone.
You need motivation. You need to get out and you need to be... Always look forward to something. Example, yesterday I look forward to doing this podcast today, and then I guess I'm going to edit this podcast later, and then I'll be really happy.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you've been talking about it. You've been let's make it, because I've been really sick.
But then either way, I still look forward to, even if I have nothing to look forward to, right? There's not a single thing in the world. Mm-hmm. I find something, okay, great, I get to play with Zach today. Okay, great, I got to go out with my girlfriend today. Okay, great, I got to go do something. Always have something, because if you don't have anything going for you, you're going to be just depressed. And today, after this, you're like, oh, what happens when you're done with the thing that you're looking forward to? Find something else. Example, I want to play with Zach right now. We're going to play Sea of Thieves. We're going to have fun. We're going to go and grind. Even after that, I have stuff to do today, too. Maybe I don't know if Zach does anything, but Zach smokes weed, so he's fine. He looks more...
Fuck yeah, that's what I'm doing the rest of the day, man.
And that's what happens when you're stuck in that little loop when you're not excited for anything. You're in this little depression loop, and that's what... Sometimes you get too far down a loop and you end up killing yourself, and that's just how it is. Okay. So.
Oh my god, that's it's to the extreme now.
Always have something don't get too comfortable. Don't sit in the negative too. Have a balanced life, and really quick closing statements because we're past time. I'll go first in my closing statements. Is that don't have a.
Okay.
Existential crisis at Costco, because then you're really anxious for the rest of the time you're at Costco, and it kind of sucked. I was really anxious, but that's really it. Zach?
I just want to mention one last thing about the Hydra. Is that some scientists have speculated that if we research how they reproduce their cells with their stem cells, that we could implement that in the medicine and possibly help increasing human lifespans by a lot. Just something very cool. Probably not realistic, but cool to think about. Anyway, that's A Common Crisis. Thank you all for watching, and have a great day.